Hello.
Hey, I made it for one of these.
Yeah, welcome.
Yay!
I see that people are seem to be getting all ready for this one. I think this is the most I've seen people be in before the stream starts prior to it actually even going live.
That's just good timing, I guess.
That could be. Although we do have a pretty good lineup of games today, so...
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, the side stream should be up.
Okay. So you are still just using the side stream?
Yeah, it was kind of... Because the thing was is that you can't see my ranking stuff when I do that. And also, it was acting finicky enough, or like weird enough for people that it was causing them to be unable to watch.
Roger that. It might just be that you're pushing the machine too hard.
Could be, and it's not like I get a performance boost out of doing either. It seems
This
like
share's not that great either, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it's easy, but it's not very customizable.
And it's only valid for PC. You can't do console capture through it.
the only thing you'd have to do through it is you'd have to make sure that you added your capture software. You have to use your capture software, and then you would have to make sure that that is on your list of allowed apps.
Yeah, it's easier to just do the side stream.
Although for some reason my capture software is not acting right with OBS. Like, it is not capturing the window properly.
Yeah,
Like,
I was having an issue too.
Yeah, it's coming through fine, but it's just not capturing right. The problem
so my
is...
issue... Go ahead.
The problem is that, for me, my resolutions, because I have two monitors that are non-standard and one that is a 4K. And then I'm coming in with 1080p.
So, yeah. All right. I only have two 1080p Scepter monitors, so I don't have that issue.
Yeah, it's the thing about hoarding monitors over about 8 years.
My issue with OBS was somehow the audio from the Elgato is playing through the desktop speakers, and then it turns out that at some point the Elgato software, not the Elgato software, OBS switched my audio inputs so that the Elgato was running its audio not through the Elgato itself, but through the speakers. So, yeah, but I got that resolved. But
you know, now that I think about it, I don't think any of the games we're actually playing today are legitimately intended to be serious, except for maybe, in a very specific way, House of the Dead.
But even House of the Dead is extremely B-grade horror, which could never be serious no matter how hard it tries.
Sorry, go ahead.
The problem with me is that when you're a 8-year-old seeing that in the arcade for the first time, you don't know about the concept of B-grade, you just know that people's limbs are being blown off and it scares the shit out of you.
Here's something I'm thinking about. I'm really curious how they handle the remake, especially the voice acting, because I really don't think there's like any way they can please everybody.
No, God, no. Because if they stick with the original voice acting, people are gonna be like, "Oh, but it's a remake. Why don't you just go with new?" And if they don't get that camp style down right, people will be pissed because it's nothing like the original.
Yeah, if you're gonna remake, especially those games, I kind of hope they upgrade everything except for the audio.
That said, I still don't know why you'd put a light gun game on a system that doesn't actually have a light gun, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's...
PlayStation 1 would like to talk to you.
That had light gun, though.
Yeah, to be fair, though, the PS1 had good light guns. Like, the GunCon was probably one of the best console light guns out there. Outside of maybe the Super Scope.
What
Because
am
the
I
thing-
thinking? Am I thinking Dreamcast?
No, the Dreamcast had like it's probably I would say Xbox era is when, because that's right around the time where people were starting to get, when LCD TVs were becoming a thing.
I could have sworn there was one console that got light gun games but didn't have a light gun, but I very clearly wrong.
The only one I can think of that didn't, I can't remember what the Jaguars one was. If
I don't
remember
think they had a light gun.
because I know
Didn't Jaguar get Crypt Killer?
it might.
No, that was like a PS1 Saturn, I think.
have.
The fact that any of us even remember Jaguar is kind of a miracle. Let's be real here.
The Jaguar only had like one Japanese developed game. I think that was Raiden.
Yeah, what? Huh. Yeah, I forgot the writing came out for that.
I mean, I'm excited to see the House of the Dead remakes. I'm kind of hoping, like, obviously a graphical upgrade, new soundtrack, and then do whole new audio, but still keep that sense of campy B horror.
Do you remember that they brought Silent Scope out to the Xbox and PS2?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Like, you can't
emulate Silent Scope on a console.
I mean, you can emulate Silent Scopes. I think that is in MAME now.
Well, I mean,
And-
just
How would that even
you
work?
You can't get that same feel.
So what you would do is you would put, since it would just, that thing is just another screen, so what you do is you do it like how they do other things, where they just put the little window in like a little side thing. Like,
Yeah.
or they would do it, or depending upon how they do it, they could have it where you have like, because it's like if you play Punch-Out, you can set it so that both screens are either at like up top or like horizontal or diagonal. So I think you'd probably just have the snipers thing just be huge on one side.
Or what you could do is, like you're saying picture in picture, but you could just have it superimposed in the center of the screen and have it move around, and just have that zoom in.
That would be really weird, because you would have, the thing with Silent or that you'd want is that, because you want to have like to be able to kind of like, because the thing with Silent Scope, at least last time I played it, was that it was nice to be able to, you look down the scope and then you take your eye off and then you go back in, so you're constantly swapping and you don't want that big vision or the kind of large picture obscured.
Yeah, so then a better one is like what you said, with have it in the corner, but you'd also want to have a cursor on screen showing exactly where you're aiming at that any given moment.
Yeah, and that you could probably do that with MAME, because the MAME has a built-in cursor.
Yeah. But hold on. But yeah, so like what I meant by emulation was not so much you can't actually emulate, those two things, but rather the actual feeling and experience that you would have gotten with the Silent Scope sniper rifle.
Oh yeah, definitely. Although that was a nice thing about when I went to MagFest, was the fact that they had a Silent Scope machine. It reminded me of that game actually is not that good.
No.
It was great because it was there was always such a huge line for it, and then there was a time where it was like no one was by it. It was like at a really odd hour, so I'm like, I'm gonna go try this, and then I'm like, oh, this is neat, and then about 5 minutes, this game kind of sucks.
I remember because arcades are basically dead in their original form, but there was an arcade at the mall near me. And I remember going in, and near the Silent Scope machine, they had a boxing game. And it was a 4D boxing game where you stood in, like, this frame.
Oh,
and then you actually
boxing?
ducked and weaved. I don't remember the title. I just remember, you'd punch and punch.
That sounds like mocap boxing, which I remember being huge around the time.
Yeah, nobody gave a shit about it when I played it.
When that first came out, the arcade that I remember playing it, like, that was people were playing that a lot. That and Police 911 was also a game that got a lot of, because that was basically that same concept, but with a light gun game.
I also remember the Jurassic Park game where you had the rumble seats.
Yep. That was a Chuck E. Cheese staple.
I remember. No, okay, so I got a great story about this. I remember back when I was a little kid, and we went to Chuck E. Cheese one time, and I sat down. I wanted to play the Jurassic Park game, and so I was just kind of ditzing around on it, doing as well as you do. I think I was like maybe in my 10, maybe, as well as you do back then. So this other kid jumps in the booth with me and just slams quarters into this machine. So we're just jamming on these dinosaurs. Every time we'd die, he'd jam more coins and he'd be like, go, go, go. Like, this kid was so pumped to be playing this game with me. So we're just blasting these things, and we ended up beating the game. And I think, like, oh god, I don't even remember how long it took, but this kid was so enthused. He just kept slamming quarters and going, no, we gotta keep going, go.
The great thing about that game, if you actually play it now, you realize that game is impossible to 1cc. Because it is a game that is designed to take multiple. Because there is no reaction speed that is fast enough to kill everything.
I would say almost all of the games that we're playing today cannot be 1cc.
The House of there are some of them you can definitely do. Like the House of Dead, you can definitely do. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Because I think House of the Dead 1 it's possible to do.
Yeah, because it was well, we'll see when I get into that. But yeah.
So
speaking of which, so yes. All right. So, hello and welcome to a Saturday edition of Retro Inc. Rhapsody. Again, it is October. So we are kind of required by law to play spooky games. And a series of spooky games, which I find quite enjoyable, just because I kind of like the genre, and it's really a shame that you can't really play it in its traditional, sense. It's like gun games. You figure if you have if you want a light gun game that is not like shooting actual people, why not go for like zombies and monsters? Because it's a kind of a gun game that people can kind of get behind. Like, you understand the concept of it. I would say it's rather family friendly, but these games are most certainly not. Also, when you have zombie games, it's a lot more kosher to make a very gory game when it involves like monsters and such, when it's rather than actually shooting people. At least during the time when these were being made. So yes, we're taking a look at kind of zombie/monster themed light gun games. And the first game we're going to take a look at is probably, I think this is, well, outside of say Chiller, it's one of the earliest ones that I can at least think of. It's also kind of interesting because it is kind of a reminder that SNK was not just the Neo Geo people, that they were actually making games prior to, Fatal Fury and the stuff that was on the Neo Geo. So let's go ahead and load this up. Excuse me. Okay, so there, and there. So this is Beastbusters.
It sure is.
This came out in 1989. So I can't quite, from what I could tell, this is very similar to another game that SNK put out around the same time, called Mechanized Attack, which it has like the exact same control scheme and kind of the same exact gameplay. But I couldn't tell which one actually came first.
So is this a light gun, or is it one of those mounted turret things?
It is it is essentially, I believe it is modeled after an Uzi. Kind of similar to Operation Wolf. But yes. Okay, so you can kind of see what's going on, so let's go ahead and start. Also,
alright, but when do you fight the Hodag?
Well, we don't fight the Hodag in this one. This is a game like Sunset Riders or the 4-player Sunset Riders machine, or the Turtles machine, where your person or your slot, what thing you pick in the machine is which character you play as. We're gonna do player 1, and we are going to be Johnny Justice.
Oh my god. Go, folks. We're heading into Camden, New Jersey.
Yep. And yeah, it is the same kind of game as, say, something like Operation Wolf, where it's basically you're constantly scrolling across the screen, and basically there's a whole bunch of things trying to kill you, and you need to kill it before it does it. So there is actually kind of something interesting about this game, that at least recently. So this game, there was that SNK collection that came out relatively recently. When we took a look at Athena and Psycho Soldier, we looked at through that collection. This game is on it now, but it was not on it to begin with. But the thing about that collection that's interesting from a rating perspective is that that game is rated T, I believe it's like E10 or T. And this game is definitely not T-rated. It is very much M-rated. So you don't get that in an update. You don't, it's not just on the game now. You have to go out of your way to find it on whatever platform you're getting it on and download it separately.
Also, Magic Food, about that, so this game came out in '89. 4 years prior to that saw the release of the third of George Romero's zombie trilogy, Day of the Dead, in which Bob the Zombie actually handles and uses a handgun with efficiency.
Oh, right. I keep on forgetting how, when that movie came out.
I forgot how many of those they made.
Yeah.
A lot.
Day of the Dead's the choke on him one, right?
Yeah. Day of the Dead's the one where they're all in the military bunker. You got the scientist doing the experiments, and you've got, I think it's Bub or Bob, the zombie, who's basically, the only decent, a good zombie who has still human sentience and feelings and stuff. So part of me wants to say, just in my heart of hearts, that the zombies using guns is in some way inspired by that scene from Day of the Dead.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those movies had a lot of influence on pop culture, even around for these kinds of games.
Also, a fun fact about those movies is that George Romero's Night of the Living Dead in Italy is actually known as Zombie 2, because around the same time was another zombie film by Lucio Fulci, just titled Zombie. Which you should also watch, because Lucio Fulci is was an amazing director.
This is the kind of thing with this one that's kind of surprising to me, is that a lot of these are basically, this particular type of Lycon game is that it's mostly that you're supposed to be kind of conserving your ammo. This one just peppers you with it. Yeah. I don't think I've gone below 15.
Yeah, that's exactly how zombies work.
This is really
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drogue is home a spin-off for this game, and that reminds me that I'm sad I don't know if we get to play the sequel of this game, because that's on a hyper Neo Geo hardware, and no one wants to emulate that for some reason.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing something that someone's trying to start emulating that more accurately, but I don't think it's gone there. There is actually a spin-off for the Neo Geo Pocket, of all things, which is an action RPG. Which is me very curious, because I love the Neo Geo Pocket Color. That is probably one of my favorite handhelds.
I also like that for the zombie coloring, they decided to go with blues and gray.
Well,
you better put in ass.
Well, we're gonna put in that, and I think we've kind of seen what this game has to offer, because we got a lot of other stuff to look at.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's.
It doesn't get a whole lot better than this, what you're saying?
Pretty much. I don't think it does anything different.
Yeah, it's Operation Wolf with zombies.
Let's see here.
Let me do this.
Scroll down a good bit.
Yeah. What? There we go.
Okay, I gotta get the right music in.
Yep.
Alright, so straight up, I'm gonna say this is not the worst. I wouldn't put it in the red.
I think let's just keep it here right now.
I think I'd rather play Lethal Enforcers, I'll say that.
I think it's going below Lethal Enforcers.
I would say about Mad Dog McCree, though.
I put it over that. Easily.
Yeah, I think it's going in between these three right here.
My suggestion
about those three, so I'll just defer to your opinion.
Yeah, my suggestion is between California Games and Hello Boxer.
I'd be fine with that. Okay, and this is episode 160? This came out in 1989. SNK is an arcade game. It is very much a gun game. It is spooky. If I can figure out where it is. There it is. Let's do balanced. Okay. Also, I should point out that it is very gory.
I mean, it looked nice.
I mean, for 89, the graphics were okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's.
I keep forgetting what the different symbols are because.
Well, let's see. Because we have graphics, gameplay, music. It is. I don't know if I'd call it bland or not.
It's generic. It's very generic types of zombies.
I wouldn't say generic. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think.
89.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite at that boring level.
I would say it's boring. It's just it's not something we haven't seen a million times before.
Yeah.
It's exciting. There's lots of stuff happening, but is any of that stuff interesting? I argue no.
So the tone, this face right here, that tone is, I forgot what I said, but basically it's mundane. It is basically taking, like, something that's, like, relatively mundane and just making a game out of it. Like, think Paperboy. Like, it's just a thing that people do, normally, that they make they gamify.
Okay, because you had the one that's just the colon line, and I feel like that suffices as
yeah, and that's an old one. I need to fix that one. But yeah,
I can't think of anything else. Like it looked nice, but that's about all I can.
Yeah, I think that's probably good for that. All right, so that's it for that. Now, what brings us to a game that I did not hear about this game until well after I had played. Like, this is basically a game that I found through a long play video. I had not heard about it at all until I watched it, and it is definitely a thing. So let's go ahead and play it. It's a game by Sammy, which is always interesting seeing. It's interesting seeing that game. It's like, oh, you can't really think of mini games that they made, and then you realize that they bought Sega. Like, they're at the level that Sega is, and then you realize, why is that? It's like, oh, right, they make pachinko machines.
And Guilty Gear. I think they used to make, or at least publish Guilty Gear.
Yeah, I think they published it. But yes. Doug. I am a miserable detective.
And now I'm at Castlevania.
Okay, sure. So yes, this is Zombie Raid. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some coins in. And let's start. So this game does something kind of interesting. Well, first off, let us fix the mistake we did last time.
Yeah, you know what you did.
But... Oh, also
That's
you can
much
do
better,
that.
thank you.
That's pretty great. I like that.
It has credits, which you can shoot. So yeah.
I love that bullet animation. That'd be
It's
great for
really
a Doom mod
good.
or something. Brian Schmidt, didn't he? Huh, I recognize that name.
Hey, Marsh.
He did a bunch of pinball tables, I believe.
Huh. What? Yeah, now that I think about it, I believe... Oh, yeah, Brian... Wait, Brian... What if... That can't be the Brian Schmidt that did, like... That's not the Black Knight music guy, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm gonna check Moby Games.
Huh.
Yeah, he was the sound designer on this.
Huh.
I don't know if he did the music, but...
That's really interesting, because this game does not have that much music.
Yeah, I thought it was just me, but I guess it doesn't have a soundtrack much, huh?
Also, it's great because I'm using a mouse for this. I can hit both the reload and the shoot button at the same time.
That reminds me of my old
Oops.
arcade strategy of every time you take a shot, you flick your hand right in front of the gun and fire again, so you just constantly have ammo.
Huh. See, I was not smart enough to think of something like that.
Yeah, because it wasn't detecting whether or not your gun was on the outside of the thing. It was just detecting whether or not the screen and the gun were connecting. So
Yep.
if you interrupt that with your hand briefly, you could just have infinite ammo and without really technically having to.
Yeah, Old Man Marsh, this is a very early 90s anime in terms of gore content.
It's just
Feels
weird
like
we're
kind
shooting
of-
people.
Kind of reminds me of stuff like, I don't know, Mad Bull 13, if anyone remembers that show.
Oh, God. Yes, I unfortunately remember that. I'm very thankful that there was never a game based on that. Yeah, it's one of those games that does that kind of thing.
Doesn't matter how old we're gonna get, putting in ASS as your initials in arcade games will never be old and not hilarious.
Too bad you come in your birthday, so you could be born in 1969.
Yeah.
April 20th, of course.
Yeah, you can't do April 20th, 1969.
Those were the best days of our lives.
Oh no, I can't be dead.
Congrats, you beat the boss. I mean, this game's got an aesthetic.
Yeah, it definitely does. It has that not major arcade developer feel to it. Like
Yeah,
there's a feeling of arcade games that are, say, not developed by people like Konami, Capcom, and Namco, or Sega.
It's got a charm to it with that sort of like low level, like low budget kind of.
And I gotta wonder how many frames are in that one bullet, because that is just super smooth.
I don't know.
I mean, would we consider this art style anime?
I would.
Like it's just on that cusp of being anime.
It's not. I would not call it. It is definitely. It has some. You can definitely. Well, I could definitely see that it is designed by someone in like it has close to a Japanese feel to it.
Right.
Though that being said, it almost has like more of a. I'm thinking like. Because I'm thinking of like Todd McFarlane and like the. Have you ever seen the video for "Do the Evolution" by Pearl Jam?
No, but I'm familiar with McFarlane's work.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. Which then again, that almost has a very.
Shoot the light.
That has a very anime feel to it. No, this is not Isekai.
I don't think there are any Isekai-like games that I know of.
Yes, at the time I got reincarnated as a monster hunter in present day.
I gotta think about that actually. Point Blank doesn't. Well,
the overblown gore makes me think back to like other shooters like Area 51.
yeah.
The other one that you were doing before this, Beast Busters or whatever, it made me think. That's the way everything like exploded. Made me think of Mortal Kombat Deception with the bloody popcorn, or Mortal Kombat 3, where everybody had like 16 ribs, like 20 arms.
Man, that's the one thing I kind of miss from like the new Mortal Kombats. Is I really wish that there was like a mode that gave everyone like 15 rib cages.
Yeah, it's just not really fun anymore.
I mean, I appreciate the viscerality of everything from 9 onwards. Well, I never liked the bloody popcorn things. It was just weird.
Yeah, it's like I like starting with 10 when they started to go more humorous. I appreciated that. But yeah, 9 was just like... 9 was like, hey, what if we did Eternal Champions but Mortal Kombat? Like,
I mean, 9 was fun to watch.
My problem with 11 is that the facial expressions are so good that you can like literally see people in just like horrible agony as you're doing these things to them, and that's kind of not my thing.
I mean, my issue with 11 is that they got a really shitty person as voice actor for a major character.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't help either.
Yeah, but then you get to watch that character get like ripped apart, so it sort of evens out.
I mean, I much prefer if she just wasn't in the game to begin with, but...
I know, I agree, but we look for the silver lining. I still like I like 9 just because it gave me one of my favorite moments of working at GameStop, and I think I mentioned this on a stream.
I might not have heard it, so go ahead if you wanna.
Yeah.
So back when Mortal Kombat 9 dropped, everybody wanted a piece of it. There's Mortal Kombat coming back. So one day I was in the store, and this kid and his mom comes in. The mom's like, yeah, he wants Mortal Kombat 9. It's like, ma'am, do you know the content that's in this game? She's like, no. And about this time, I've explained this game to a number of people, so I was really tired of trying to get across how violent this game was. So I fired up what I considered the most awful fatality in the game.
It was Noob Saibot's, right?
Noob Saibot's split decision.
I knew it.
Yeah. And so I handed her the phone, I hit play, and all I hear is just the squelching and squooshing and just watching her cringe and physically, like, retch while watching this. And she took the kid out and they didn't get the game.
That's amazing.
And from that moment on, whenever a parent brought a kid in to buy the game, I would hand them my phone, show them that video, and then they wouldn't buy the game for them, and it was great.
See, at the same time, like, yeah, that's definitely not something that I would do because I would just be afraid of, like, someone just, like, getting really, like, traumatized by that. Who is just trying to be, like, a third party to it. Like, maybe, like... I remember, didn't Kung Lao have a really bad one in that one?
Kung Lao had one where he spun his hat on the ground and then dragged them through it like a buzzsaw in a, whatchamacallit, lumber mill.
Yeah. Oh.
I'll be right back.
Yep. But no, the Noob Saibot one is worse than that because it's a very slow, methodically ripping a person in half.
Huh. Let's break some monster bones.
It was just to make the point, you know, because I could just easily say, "Hey, this game's extremely violent." Go, "Oh, okay, yeah, like Grand Theft Auto." It's like, no, you don't understand. This game's extremely violent. The content in this game is not suitable for a child at all, and you should really know what you're getting into when you buy this.
Huh. Also, I appreciate the driving zombies. This is just turning into lethal enforcers. Oh, okay.
I guess they slammed in the back of that Dragula.
Okay, I think we've seen enough of this.
Yeah, this was neat.
It's neat, but yeah, it's that. It's definitely that.
But that's kind of the thing with these games is going to be is they really only have one note, and then once you've done it, you're done it.
Yeah, I suppose, but yeah. Okay, so let's see. So let's scroll a little bit more up for this one. I definitely played above Lethal Enforcer. I'd actually played above Area 51.
Yeah, it seems a lot nicer in terms of visually, and I'm guessing gameplay. It plays a lot better.
I'm gonna actually do something real quick to make this a lot easier. There. So these are all the gun games that we have here. Let's see.
So you're only pitting it against other gun games, or are we going to go into the full list proper?
Well, it will go in the full list proper. I'm just kind of trying to take just a look at this as a just as an overview, because I would probably I'm thinking in between, well, somewhere in between Area 51 and Space Gun.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Okay, so between 69 and...
Nice.
So, and 36. Let's take a look at the games that we have in green.
I'll put this over Parappa the Rapper in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and above the original poll. I am thinking... I think I'd rather play the original Arkanoid.
Okay.
I think in between Arkanoid and Rollerball, the original Rollerball, I think is probably a good spot for it.
Alright, I'll concede to that.
That was 1995. Hi, Sammy. An arcade game. Focused arcade game. It is very spooky. Not very, but it is definitely spooky. It's relatively balanced and it's definitely gory. Okay, like/dislike.
Okay, artwork, definitely a light. Actually, you know what? No. It's aesthetic. Like, its whole, like, thing, I really loved it. It was a gory, charming kind of thing, if you can even...
Yeah, I think more charm than the graphics themselves, because it's... I would not call the graphics, like from a... on their own good, but they're definitely charming.
I could say put love, charm, like graphics.
Okay.
Because it knew what aesthetic it was going for, and it leaned into it in a way that really just kind of, it clicks.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that there's really no music.
Yeah, that's kind of... Actually, don't I have, like, a...
Use, like, a mute... Yeah.
Yeah. There. Alright. So, yeah, there's Zombie Raid. Okay, so, with that, now we're going to move on to interesting things, because I don't know how well these games are going to emulate, because they're emulating full speed on here, but once I have 2 sets of streaming things, now we're going to see how it's going to really work. So this is an interesting game, because it is a game that I did not... I saw, like, the names in, like, magazines and such, but I never actually played it. Also, it doesn't help the fact that it has a name that is incredibly similar to another game that is completely different. But yeah, let's go ahead and just load this game up. Also, this game's going to take a while to load up.
Can't believe you're gonna kill some crypts.
Okay. So. Oop. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. This should be it. Yep. Okay, good. It's running pretty good.
Yeah, I remember this game being kind of a pain in the ass to get going. I remember these two.
Yeah. Oh, I had not seen this intro before. So yes, this is Crypt Killer. So the thing about this game that I like is I really like the Japanese name of this game, because it is just called Henry Explorers.
It's pretty perfect.
But yeah, they call it Crypt Killer over here, for some reason. So yeah, let's go ahead and start.
Sure, okay.
Okay. So we have 6 areas to start out with. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the skeletons. So there is no way to make his voice anywhere legible, but he is Galazon, and he's going to help us out. So.
Thank you, even Baldur Zordon.
Be careful.
So
Thanks, Alan.
I've gone ahead and because setting MAME controls with a mouse is weird in RetroArch, so I just went ahead and made the reload button and the shoot button the same button.
That's a pretty brilliant choice.
So yeah, weapon pickups will make it so that your will make it so that they only last for a certain amount of magazines.
Now, is that shown anywhere?
No.
Let's go. Look back.
This is that lovely era of Konami games in which they are mixing both sprites and polygons. It looks like you have some confidence. I will remove the chain. Make your choice, essentially is what he's saying.
Let's head to the right.
Yep.
Be careful. Gatling gun.
Also, with the quote-unquote Gatling gun, you can hold down the button.
Sounds just like a bog standard Uzi.
Yeah.
See them sneaking around on that corner. Visually, I like it a lot.
Yeah. It just reminds me of Salamander 2. Because that was also a game that did this kind of sprite and polygon mix. From Konami.
They're pre-rendered, aren't they?
There were some polygons. Also, I just like that the shotgun is just a Spaz 12.
I mean, visually, it's kind of giving me Killer Instinct vibes.
Kind of. You know, the spinal-looking skeletons don't help.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I can kind of see it.
But it's definitely got that simulated 3D with a heavy pixelation. I mean, you could just, like, not look at the spiders and keep moving.
Yeah, but that's not fun for a light gun game. There's a light gun game where just the protagonist just walks past everything.
Exactly. I like how completely useless the head guy is. Like, oh, I'll remove the chain and then you shoot it. And he's just there to yell, look out. It's like, thanks.
I think that's meant to be our god, or like our character.
But then who are they yelling to?
Themselves. Well, I think you're supposed to be. I mean, there's 3 slots for this game. So I'm guessing it's supposed to be 3 people.
The sealed door of destiny is opened by 2
How much enemy variety is there?
and the treasures
Not in this level.
I don't know, we've seen quite a few. We've had skeletons, spiders, we've got
Okay,
these flaming dragons left. We've had monkey skeletons, according to Jiro. All right, this is very 60s track.
So the thing about this game that's kind of interesting, especially if you think about this era of Konami, was the fact that this is also just around the time that Konami started to make their rhythm games. Like, this is right around the time that Beatmania, like, First Mix would have came out. So the sound composers, for especially early Konami rhythm games, were just their game composers. So their composers were just straight up musicians. Like, the guy, I know for a fact that the guy who composed this game's music, and I'll take a look at his thing in a second, but he composed a lot of stuff for Konami's Guitar Freaks series, Guitar Freaks Drum Mania.
Right. That's the one that led to Guitar Hero.
Yep.
But no, like, this soundtrack is pretty damn good. And I'm liking that the soundtrack's fit, like, it feels like it's fitting the moment. Like, this is a chase through some lava, so you want, like, a really heavy metal-ass. Wow. Okay. Okay, so the camera works good, too.
It's one way to convey a role.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, I dig this one.
Also, of course, it's a Konami game with the solar flares.
Also liking the skeletons wearing other skeletons on them.
This is your final test before you can attempt.
Oh yeah, I do get a big virtual highlight vibe from this.
Oh god, now that you say that, yeah, I definitely can see that.
It's dangerous. Oh yeah.
Okay, those rocks are bleeding.
Finally, I found the first Eye of Titan.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying, but it's kind of a problem with like gun games.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we get to pick our thing after this? Let's see. Where should we go?
Gargoyles, upper left.
For left?
You know we have to see the gargoyles.
You are most brave.
I'm kind of curious what kind of hardware this was on, because I'm actually not sure.
Sealed door of destiny.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it's on STV.
Probably not M2, I don't think.
No, it's definitely not a Model 2 game. It's probably... Didn't Konami have like a Hyper 56? It's like the Hyper 573, I think.
Maybe that was it.
Because it's like the same hardware that like International Track Field ran on.
So I like that your regular pistol uses just like the indicator for the bullets are just tinier shotgun shells.
Yeah, well, we're using like a little tiny pump action, like little tiny shotgun.
Yeah, the spread on that's ridiculously tiny.
Yeah, I don't know. Konami GQ.
You go for it, Bob.
The wandering spirits of adventurers who died with regrets. Be careful that after you die,
We are going into a tomb for people who died, or adventurers that died of regret, apparently.
As you do.
There was a Saturn PS1 port. From what I've heard, the Saturn port's actually the better of the two ports.
Let's go.
Which, with the limited amount of polygons that are in this game, does not surprise me that the Saturn version's the better one.
I know this game's supposed to have multiple endings, but I forget how you actually reach them.
It is determined by what path you take in Act 2 of each level. So, the eye that we got was red. That is because we went left at the end of Act 2. If we go right, we will get a blue gem. And the combination between the two gems is what ending you get. And I know what is considered the bad ending is a one in which you get one red and one blue. I just can't remember which one.
So it looks like you're going to go left again.
Yeah. Also, I appreciate that knife just flying in the background forever.
I mean, if you throw a knife properly.
I like how the statues kind of slide off to the side as you shoot them. Just
Yeah.
you slowly leave the frame.
A lot of Gibdos here.
I never expected that a human could come this far. Stupid demons, you've got them worried now.
Huh.
Look right.
I like that this track is just somebody randomly slamming on the keyboard.
No. Oh,
Player one.
be careful.
That's a pretty good shotgun that works underwater that well.
Pretty good any gun. Oh, apparently this is the only game that runs in the GQ? Huh.
Oh no. Whoa.
Damn it. Do you think someone still has the models that they use to take photographs for making these sprites?
I should hope so.
Yeah, who do you think owns the model of Chaos from Primal Rage?
I would guess it's which company did Primal Rage again?
I believe it was Atari.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that they still have it.
It is time to face the final enemy. If you win and survive, you can do battle with me. I'll be waiting at the sealed door of destiny.
The Primal Range was Atari. I don't think. Actually, no. I think that was Midway Atari published then.
It was Atari. It was their arcade division.
It was Atari published and developed. Probe Software did the home ports, and Time Warner Interactive was listed as publisher for home.
That's weird now that I think about it, because those are on the Midway things, like the compilations.
I think Midway bought out Atari's arcade division at some point.
That would make sense.
Also, fun fact, Time Warner Interactive are what Tengen became.
Huh.
I think we're running out of stuff to say about this game.
Well, we're about to finish it, so... because apparently you can fully do, like, every level, but you get an ending after completing 2 stages. Oh, I don't think we've gotten this before. Oh, that was neat.
Now I've got the second eye of guidance. Now, if I place this in the statue's eye,
Right, so when Atari went under in '01, Williams, the Midway owners, bought it. It's renamed to Midway West. Okay, so based on this chain, it looks like NetherRealm and Warner Brothers. NetherRealm owns it basically because they bought it up when they were Midway, and then the property came under Warner Brothers, who bought NetherRealm.
Huh.
So technically, Warner Brothers owns it, but NetherRealm held the rights to it prior to it being Midway.
Okay, apparently I was wrong. That 2 raises were the bad ending.
no, it couldn't be. Whoa! What now? A dead end? But that means...
It is for you to decide whether this ending is reality or simply illusion. The curse is not all that is behind the sealed door of fate. Many things may change, depending on which path you take. It is truly up to fate.
So I guess go right both times?
Yep. Alright. So yeah, that's essentially that game.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, it is damn near impossible. I tried to look for any sort of settings in like the board to kind of make it so that you can even eligible. You cannot hear them. Also, since I said I was going to look it up, the name of the guy is Utsuhiko Izumi. Who and also Yuji Takanuchi, I believe. Let me actually.
Alright, so I'd say that was maybe a bit better than Zombie Raid. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely better.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so that's here. So we're above Arkanoid. I would.
I'd put it above Sonic Spinball, but maybe not
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man Champion Edition. Like, that's the first one. I would probably put it... I'm thinking maybe in between Irritating Stick and Top Gear.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And that is... Oops. Killer, and that came out in 1995 by Konami. Arcade game. That is more Adventure Ho than anything else. That is that. Okay, like/dislike.
Well, I guess we could go dislike, like, definitely enjoyed that soundtrack a lot.
Oh yeah.
And visually, it looked really good for its time, I think.
It seemed kind of cheap, so I guess cheese.
That works.
And you also couldn't hear Zordon.
Oh yeah. I believe his name was Galazon, I believe is his name.
Yeah, I'm just calling him Zordon.
Okay. Alright, so yeah. That was Crypt Killer. Okay, now let's move on from Crypt Killer to complete trash. Okay, maybe not complete trash. But this game is a thing. So this is a game that I missed out on because I did not own a Sega CD or a 3DO or 32X. And it was definitely a game that is kind of, well, I'm just going to load it up and it will explain itself. Steam. And I imagine
This is the newest version, right?
Yeah, I'm going to use the newest version because a new version of this came out. It was like within like the last 6 months, wasn't it? Let's see.
I'm actually really curious how this is because I know the Saturn version is supposed to be like a much better version, so I'm curious if it's anything more like that.
So this is this version, the 25th anniversary of this game came out July 30th of this year. So, and hopefully I got it set up so that it will. Yes. Also, I'm going to get on that media. I need to turn it down just a smidge. There. Oh, hold on. Let me update the thing on the side then. Okay.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Those scores where they go into like 3 decimal places.
Wow, I'm surprised they rated it that high. So this is by Digital Pictures, aka the same people who did Night Trap.
And I can definitely see that because holy crap, this credit sequence is straight up 80s horror.
See, that's a more accurate review.
I'm sad they didn't get widescreen footage. Okay.
Also, I'm going to go back up and get some water.
Elvis, no!
Bradley Smith. When was this game made?
The original version came out in 1994.
Welcome to hell, sucker. Get your booty down here, you poor damn fool. Winston gonna cut you down, man. But we gotta jump quick now.
Bradley Smith's first games.
Okay, I'm in love.
Okay, so this is Corpse Killer, 25th Anniversary Edition. Let us start. Also, by the way, here's your options menu. noticed that.
It's pretty good.
I still think I need... Do I need to mess with the volume at all? Because it still seems just a smidge loud.
I don't know. It's like
It's a little low on my end, but
That's
it
a
should be
little low.
okay.
Well, I mean, low as in like the soundtrack's really not kicking.
Okay.
It's just an atmospheric track.
So, what I know about this game, as I said before, is they did something with the gameplay balance in the Saturn version, so it's actually kind of fun to play, and I'm curious to see if they carry any of that over. Problem is, I forget what they did specifically to improve the game.
Huh.
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, I like your piece, man. Yeah. We gonna party some now, huh? I and I not so dumb, bro. Bet you bad, man, I with that shooting iron, huh? Tell you what.
Yeah, this is very good.
Get treasure here and be your taxi. Keep your living, man. We wanna get big, a hammer cheap like what Arnold got in Hollywood, huh?
I'm gonna check IMDb and see if these people ever did anything again.
So is it okay if I just eviscerate myself as this goes on?
Sure.
Okay. I feel like that would be in line with the holiday.
Welcome wagon. Light 'em up.
Okay, so here's the gameplay.
Oh boy!
Yeah!
Boy!
Oh no.
Why they thought this...
Holy shit! They didn't even try.
By the way, if you're wondering, does it look like this on the original version? Yes, it does. It actually looks kind of better in the way that it looks like it fits.
Yeah, man. Lots of buzzard meat.
So this Jamaican guy was in CSI, apparently. That was in 2014, so...
Was he a Jamaican guy in it too?
Missed one.
I'm not dead.
BC's game...
Hi, Julie Barnes, journalist.
Wait,
Wow, he's in stuff this year.
Syndicated. But when I
What's his name?
story, I'll be...
Jeremiah Burkett.
It works.
The only thing you gonna break, lady, is your neck.
Just
Okay.
remember that Jennifer Aniston got her start in Leprechaun.
Has he been telling you about that crazy pirate story? It's pathetic.
I mean, there's
What
also
about the
Sylvester
voodoo witch
Stallone.
doctor routine?
Stallone
Let's see
and
what Bridget Butler did.
Johnny Depp
Ooh.
was in Nightmare on Elm Street, although that was actually a good film. My point stands. You know, a lot of actors got their starts in horror movies.
Snookered already.
This lady hadn't been anything since 2002, unfortunately.
Into this squalid little hellhole.
Him not just stoolie guy. Him just pull the trigger.
Cool toy. I bet you know how to turn it on. And I bet you know how to do a lot of things. What do you know about this?
She's
Dr.
talking about
Tennant?
sex.
Necrobiologist Dr. Elgin Hellman, the backroom darling of the Pentagon and the White House. I figure they set him up on a hush-hush project on Haywire, and you're the exterminator. I'm right, aren't I?
The last thing she was in was a documentary about Ted Bundy, apparently.
Okay, portable stove, but that woman has a wider acting range than Ronda Rousey.
Go everywhere. Wax everybody. How hard can it be?
Low bar, I know.
They already dead.
Okay. Oh, why do we have a blowgun? A fully automatic blowgun.
Radical dude, we going in.
Oh right, I forgot you can't retreat.
Oh wow. That's gotta be the most awesome weapon ever.
Okay, so let's see. We can go to the swamp or the village.
Okay, Lolo, I want to see just how bad this gets. Go to the village.
Your notions of death are all backwards, Lieutenant.
Yeah, now I'm invested, I won't lie.
My soldiers have been
Oh, I know this.
elemental
Shit, who is this?
power of nature
It is the actor is Vincent.
stood them up.
It's not
Chiavelli.
Paul Giamatti. It's not Paul
Nope.
Giamatti.
No, it's not. This guy was in Death to Smoochie. He was in Tomorrow Never Dies. Fast Sons of Ridgemont High.
You can have it in a box or standing tall. Your choice.
This guy, he's like the character actor, yeah.
I I think he passed away recently, didn't he?
He might have. He was in 160 movies. Yes, he did. Well, he died in 2005.
I mean, we've already hit some pretty racist stuff. I'm waiting to see just how bad that gets.
Yeah, he's the weird sheer ballistics expert.
Wait the fuck! Hold on. There's people in plaid shirts here.
Oh, that was good. What was that walk?
See, here's the thing. Is this? It was like, okay, is this zombie or juggalo convention?
I don't know.
It's both. It's zombie juggalos.
I love how they just float towards you. That's my favorite.
It's just dudes with a do-rag and that wallet chain and a plaid shirt on.
Okay, so we can either get health or ammo. Let's get health because we're at 33 health.
Alright, I'm surprised.
Greetings, Lieutenant. Perhaps you recognize these 4 pieces of human jerky over here.
No.
You won't stop the lieutenant. Lieutenant's coming back for us. And he's coming back for you too, Hellman, you stinking piece of crap. The lieutenant, he's something else.
The gun killers are coming, brah. Them swarming. You can smell them. Atomic pee-hole.
Did he say atomic pee hole?
I think he said B-hole.
Oh, okay. Because I think atomic pee hole is actually way worse. Did they just like put them up on wires and then like fling them towards the screen?
Probably.
Got it. You okay?
He's okay, woman. I got the tour plan for antidote. Bullets too. Good deal.
Can't afford to lose your Rasta, man.
Okay, man, you call it.
Who else would I flirt with?
Oh, let's get more bolts. Let's go to the fortress.
Lieutenant, the electro posse you're about to face is composed completely of electrocuted mass murderers.
Where did they dig these guys up?
This guy was like every single sitcom in the 90s or in the 80s.
Now, they've really got nothing to lose.
That wouldn't surprise me. Like, he's got a very like familiar face.
Oh, hey, he was an American.
What?
Fortress, yes. Electro posse's got very sick dudes, brah. Bad dudes, man. Bad dudes. Yeah, brah. There's the great Babylon fortress now.
Fantastic.
Cover me, brah. I'm going in.
This is just amazing.
So I guess for no particular reason, this just reminded me of the story of how John Larroquette got to be the announcer for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in which he was paid in weed.
Sounds about right.
You know, honestly, I think the Saturn version might actually look better than this. I think you're right.
That would not surprise me, considering the fact that you can... This is too smoothly animated.
It's the way they just kind of fade out that really takes me out of it.
I mean, I was never in it to begin with. This is bad all over.
Oh, it was bad.
This gonna be reunion place for you, man. But your soldier pal there gonna be zombified.
Why the hell is she with us?
Do you really
I think she's a reporter or something.
Also, by the way, I looked at the long play of this. This game's like an hour and a half long.
So you're going for a speed run, right?
I'm going for how much I can physically take.
Well, we haven't hit any ultra problematic content yet, so I feel like once we hit that...
Just standard problematic content.
Yeah. Like, I had nothing against the Rasta, but this is all wrong.
I underestimated you, Lieutenant. I should have listened to your associate, Mr. Maliano.
Gave him the worst tan ever.
What?
So would you say this is a 7, 8 out of 10?
This is a... I don't know.
This is obviously better than Monolith.
Yeah.
The game for babies.
Also, we're about to die. Which might be where it ends. Yeah, we are...
We're going to be such
I want to see where it
friends.
puts you, though.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, it just puts us here.
Alright, that's not too bad.
Okay.
I don't think the other version's gate continues, so at least that's an improvement.
God, imagine trying to 1cc this. Same though.
Yeah! Oh.
Fucking what?
Man! A letdown.
So apparently, the way to turn zombies back is to shoot them a lot.
I owe you one. Flemmy, Duffy, and the captain, they're still back there. That freak Hellman still has them. We gotta get back there. You gotta help them, Lieutenant. You gotta. My access card. Use this.
What are we getting a red card for? We didn't do anything wrong.
Drink this zombie cocktail.
Okay, I think we're at 5 out of 10 now.
Drink. Antidote for poison. Everything be Jamabra.
Okay, we're at 6 out of 10 now.
Should I be offended? I feel like I need to be offended.
I'll be offended for you.
I think, Stove, you're the one who's supposed to definitely be offended.
Yeah, no, this sucks. This is awful.
What?
No, is. Aljamabra.
I can't fucking believe this.
Demolish evil zombie.
He hasn't said it's gonna be Irene yet, though, so I'm
No, he did.
disappointed.
He did.
He did?
Yes.
He did say Irene. Okay. This man is the greatest game
Where do they
ever.
fly?
They've always been flying. It just
I
happens.
can't get over that.
No, you gotta understand. This is the greatest game to have ever been made.
Oh, I got an achievement that I can't see because I can't see in the window.
Human highlight reel.
Rastafari.
What?
Fucking just.
Kiss of hand.
You need that
Wait.
as a notification noise now, Lolo.
What?
Wait, did the game end?
Censored. What's censored?
Don't get kicked off of Twitch now.
There was some resistance at first, but the senators, the top brass, they all wanted it. I knew they did. Their decaying, life-ridden bodies were hooked from the first thrill of the battle videos. We called them field tests, of course. But the slaughter was real. Some third-world dung heap that had pissed off the president. We wired the zombies with helmet
Filming a
cams.
documentary? What the hell is he doing?
Let me show you
I
something.
think he's improving.
Yeah.
It's really quite extraordinary.
I love the goatee though.
Yeah, these are apparently like outtakes and stuff. I guess you finished the game.
Juju Stick gives protection from Shadow Man, Black Magic Straw Man, Reaper, and Totem Man. Power get used up. Gotta get a new one.
Okay, now I'm actually offended.
That sucked. That was awful.
Like I'm completely the wrong demographic to be offended, and I am extremely offended.
I don't blame you.
He's got one gold tooth.
I didn't notice that before. Did he even have that during
Yes,
the
he
game?
did. Yes, he did.
Oh my god.
Good luck.
Just look at that one glistening golden tooth.
I think it's just like the middle part, the island.
Zombie cocktail made with highly concentrated datura plant and a few drops of blood of zombie king.
I think we're at 7?
If you drink, poison leave you and you be Jamar for a while.
Just this one character. It shot the scale up from 4 to 6.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know how to exit this.
I think you have to click on the island in the middle.
Okay. Oh, here.
Winston Quest.
Oh, okay. So has the game become an open world game now?
So it looks like you just gotta pick your next level?
Yeah. Okay, do we do Winston Quest or do we do Julie Quest? Or Cult Killers? Or Datura Quest?
We might as well go all in on
Weed
Winston.
Quest.
You do the weed. Go weed.
Let's,
You gotta build your relationship, your relationship value with Winston to get the best ending. This is his loyalty mission.
My hand has reflexively gone into punching into the air.
by the way, I don't know if you guys heard the song that he was singing, but he was just repeating the words third world people over and over again.
I couldn't tell what he was saying.
Hey man, shipwreck beach rock. There it is. Cover me. I'm going in.
But he never... Whatever. I just can't get over the plaid shirt, to be honest.
A lot of these zombies just look more hungover than they look like zombies.
Yeah.
Man, I would love like a GIF of just all these zombies just floating forward.
Do like a Microsoft's Windows screensaver of just the zombies.
Like Starfield, but with the flying zombies.
That's Blackbeard, you know. This went down about 1700, but they didn't have hammers then, so who cares, huh?
Okay.
Later.
Come now, let's be jumping.
Did his tooth just glisten?
Yes.
For fuck's sake.
Okay. We need help. So let's go to the deter quest. I think we're gonna play this until 3 my time. Just in 10 minutes.
I don't know, dude. Like, this is terrible, but it's so bad that it circles right back around to being great.
It's fascinating, is what it is.
The way that one just saunters on screen, just what the fuck?
Like, when people talk about our video games art, you shouldn't present to them Shadow of the Colossus or Silent Hill 2. You give them fucking Corpse Killer, and you go, yes, their art, look at this.
You know, like I was mentioning a while ago of how I'm changing my thinking about how some of the rankings are going, and one of the things that I was having for like the red area was the concept of a game called a tier called Fascinating Nightmare, which I'm starting to think that this is basically the poster boy of now.
Oh my god, this is like, I expected it to be god awful. I didn't expect to be so entertained by it.
I mean, this game is like absolute shit, but
like that dude is just dancing. He's digging.
You know what this game's reminding me of? This game's reminding me of Mr. Bones. Because I think that is a game that is just of this quality as well.
Yeah, but this is playable.
Well, at least Mr. Bones had like more than one gameplay type.
Yeah, but none of them were good. This was the problem.
I mean,
Mr.
true,
Bones,
I guess.
Mr. Bones is a little more
go with Cult Killers.
Aggressively creative. This is just the same stuff over and over.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, if Mr. Bones had executed any of its gameplay well, I would say it was a good game, but like, it had an interesting soundtrack and the voice acting was fine.
Yeah, like yeah, and the music and stuff. Whereas right here, like, what do? You're fighting the convict guys again.
And like I said earlier, watch the long play of this. This game's like an hour and a half long.
So what you're saying is you should have played this on Sunday.
No. Okay, let's see. Let's try... I guess let's do Julie Quest.
Okay, so Winston's gonna be really miffed that I took his Jeep, right? Big deal. Let's go.
Please tell me she starts speaking Rasta. Because if that happens, then you know this game has jumped all the way up to 10.
Over there. I hear something.
Just old white dude zombie.
That dude's just going to go get the paper.
He's got his cup of coffee. He's got to start his morning off right.
I wonder how many takes it took for them to get that guy to trip just right.
Maybe we can do this again sometime.
Fun fact, I was in a college drafted a horror movie.
You got to follow me now. Very important.
I still have some of the pictures from the shoot.
Did they make you wear plaid?
No, I chose to wear plaid. No, we were zombies, all dressed up in hospital garb.
Have a major breakthrough in my story.
So you're going plaid.
And it can't wait any longer.
Exactly.
You will take me there, won't you?
Also, I was sporting the most wild white fro of all, because my hair sucks.
Do you have to choose which one?
You know what?
Or not?
I think we're good on this game.
You don't want to see how this plays out?
No, actually, surprisingly, no. All right, let's go ahead and pop this up. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna keep it right here for now. That game has a look. It is fascinating. That is one of the shittiest Lycan games I've ever played.
Okay, but all right. So let's be real here. Better or worse than Chiller?
I would probably say this is better than Chiller.
All right.
I mean,
that's about it.
There aren't torturing people in this game, so that's automatically a step up.
So wait, would you then play Revolution X over?
No, I think I would probably put this below Topplezip.
Wow, it was that bad.
Well,
I would rather play Revolution X.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally, just from an entertainment viewpoint, I liked this more than Revolution X. And it looked like it actually kind of played a little bit better, to be honest.
No, because it's like things just take way too many hits to kill in a way that if you were playing this on most other versions, you would. Because here's the thing, remember, if you want to get that version, let me check what the price is in the store on Steam real quick. It just make me realize how much I make bad decisions. That's $15 for that version.
Dude.
If you want to play the Saturn version, I don't think that has continues.
If you're enjoying this stream, please hit that subscribe button. It's only $5, and 3 of you can help Lolo recoup his losses from buying that game.
Technically, it'd have to be 6 because Twitch cut, but yeah.
I will say Revolution X seems like it has a budget, which Corpse Killer, on the other hand,
does not.
Might have just been done in a weekend.
You know, I was gonna say that Revolution X doesn't get problematic, but no, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
Oh, it really does. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so is it more problematic than Corpse Killer or less?
No, I think it's less. I think Revolution X is less problematic, but still that is like a 5 on the 5 out of 10 compared to like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, Corpse Killer just looks like it just gets boring. It's just the same crap.
It does. That's also the thing. It's like it's interesting at first, but then it's like you just got put on the map and sure I'll do shit, but I think just below Revolution X is probably where I'd put it.
Above Sonic Labyrinth. All right.
Yeah.
All right. 93.5.
Yep. Also, I'm just trying to think of the future of where I need to place it in order to transfer it properly, because I know exactly where it's going on the new scale, which I'm still working on. 1994 pictures.
God, that game was magical.
Oh, nope. Let's call that CD. Equi Spooky.
Allegedly, yes.
Attempted spooky. You should have like an attempted spooky one.
Yeah, far out.
Do you have like a comedy one? Because I feel like it needs comedy.
Actually, I do. Yeah, let's just do that then.
All right.
Okay.
Because none of us were scared. Let's be honest.
Okay, you know what? I am slamming that hate into gameplay because that game is bad.
Oh, don't forget to put in yikes.
Oh, right. How could I forget?
I think that one needs 2. 2 yikes.
2 yikes.
I think we all didn't like the graphics.
No, I love the graphics. They were dumb and terrible, but I love them.
Actually, you know what? Is there... Oh, hold on. Actually, you know what? No, hold on.
Like, they were making a garbage game, and they knew it.
Here.
Think.
Yeah. There.
Perfect.
Camp.
Love it.
Okay. It's so weird that they went through all the effort to make that sideways dolly shot of where you're shooting the zombies perfectly timed and perfectly level, and then they didn't bother to sync any of the graphics with it at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm going to put Camp for Love, but I'm still going to put Dislike, because that does look jarring as all hell.
But I love the makeup work they did. It's so bad. Like, everything we're talking about, everything of it is bad, but it's bad in this charming, likable way where it's an enjoyable pile of garbage.
Yeah.
Like, I can't bash this game for being terrible because it entertained me.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that.
I think we'll just leave it here.
Like, I like how you're kind of, like, silently disagreeing with me, Lo, because you had to play it.
Just want to move on to the next game. Actually, I don't, but we're going to have to anyway. Alright. Speaking of the next game. Okay, so this next game is also a thing, but in a completely different sense. This is a game, I think a lot of times when I've talked about games that we're doing on here that I have history with, it's always been like, oh yeah, here's a game that I had that I actually I liked, or that I had some sort of fond history with. This is probably one of the first times I've had a history of a game I absolutely despise. Because this is a game that when it came out scared the shit out of me. Or just bothered me, I should more say, because this game came out in 1999, and it was actually I just realized this. Nope, there. And it was like a hugely popular game in the arcades that I frequented, and it was so much that I didn't like it that I would not play games that are even by the cabinet because I didn't even want to look at it. So yeah. This game is also weird for some other sort of technical aspects. Because let me load the game up real quick and you can see. Okay, you see how my... Oh, no, you can't. So you see how my pointer is being very jittery?
Yeah.
That is not from the game is running perfectly fine. Let's take a look at the dip switches, because also
full and trees are bare. Walk through the cemetery if you dare, where skeletons.
So will the food court be offensive or non-offensive?
The tomb with the skull of a jester.
I believe it is I think it's offensive.
It is then that
I'm so glad.
So yeah, this is
Which
CarnEvil.
one is this?
This is CarnEvil.
Which way did you set the dip switch is? Santa? No, Santa.
To what?
Did you set the dip switches to Santa or no Santa?
I can't remember.
Well, we'll find out.
So, this game runs... So, if you're familiar with frame rates, you know how usually things will run at 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second. This game runs anywhere from 45 to 51 frames per second.
Huh.
Which actually, once this plays out, I actually should show something kind of interesting.
really good opening.
Yeah, I haven't actually watched that. That's actually kind of a good opening. But yeah, let's actually take a look at the settings menu for this.
Okay.
I think. Oop. Oop. Here. Okay. Gonna work. Okay.
No, I have the next few days off.
Okay, so. Okay, so. First, let's go to adjustments. Actually, I kind of want to take a look at this because this is actually kind of interesting. Where it shows. This is where you can set how many quarters it takes to play, and this is actually determined. Like, it's kind of hard to describe because basically, so what all this means, and I actually looked up an operator's manual to figure out what some of this stuff means. So, one of the options that I think is kind of interesting is the fact that apparently there is a coin operation, or there is a machine coin box that exists that can take, I believe it is, nickels, dimes, quarters, and dollar coins. And actually this game supports that. I just find that interesting. Also, it has support for various different countries. So just for point of fun, let's take a look at Sweden. Sweden only has one coin operation setting. There. We are just going to do free play. So it doesn't matter. So free play is enabled. Also, we have additional adjustments. So I have it set to normal gameplay. Set to very easy.
You want to turn off Big Baby. Turn off Big Baby.
Big Baby is turned off.
Turn on Big Baby.
Okay.
And offensive food court is on. So
yes, good, perfect. Also, turn on Big Baby.
Well, it depends. Yeah, it depends on what one of the bosses can be a giant baby. So, do you want to fight a giant baby?
Yes.
Or do I want to fight Santa Claus?
That's your call.
Yeah.
I want to fight Santa.
Fight Santa and a Big Baby, please.
You can't do both.
Can't do both. Oh, also one other fun. Oh, actually, I want to disable that. Oh, actually, no, I want that enabled. Nope. Yes. So one thing that the actual gun for this game is a shotgun that you actually, in order to reload, you would pump. So what this setting does is it actually will disable the pumping. Like, it won't do anything if you're aiming on screen. So you'd have to kind of raise the gun up and then pump in order to get the reload to work. Which is kind of makes it impossible to play in MAME. So we're not doing that. So we are going to exit and actually start.
Yeah, because otherwise people would point the gun at the screen and constantly pump.
Yeah, which is what we're going to do. Okay.
Which is what I always did.
I did. There we go. No, it is set to enabled. Also, like its serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's a good number.
Okay, let's start. Oh, god damn it, I hit the wrong button.
And the moon hits your eye like a big evil guy. That's a murder.
Okay, let's hit the right button this time. Okay, do we want to go to Haunted House, Rickety Town, or Freak Show?
Haunted House.
Alright.
Yeah, we should probably start left to right.
It's a ghoul who lost her head. If you'd like to stay and join us, you're always welcome, alive or dead.
Oh, there.
This is another game where they just went and had fun with it.
Yeah, this is right in that era that Midway had where they were making games like Mace the Dark Age and War Gods. Kind of their dark period. Oh, he's not dead. Oh.
So I take it you lose health for shooting the non...
Yes.
Yeah.
It is standard light gun procedure. Oh.
Ham bone!
So basically you have to shoot the gun in order to not take damage.
Oh, there's some chain guns now.
Oh, I can't go and get the shotgun. Oh, there we go. Oh. Also, I like that apparently there is only one lady that goes to this place.
Yeah, it's literally the same woman every time. I don't think they ever explain that.
I like Hambone the Revenge.
I think it's supposed to be a reference to Razorback.
I mean, that is kind of Boar, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Because there was like an old horror story / legend of Razorback being like sort of like a man pig.
So
man.
I'll say this is like the best game we've played so far because there's like actual things to look at. You're not just scrolling back and forth in the same background forever.
Yeah, I mean, yes. You know, I was... Huh. Oh. That's in pieces.
Rip.
Hey, 3
What?
Antoinette. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
It definitely is the 90s.
So there's like no way you can one correct clear this, right?
Probably not. Oh, good.
There's any way to,
I've destroyed her dress.
No. It's good. It's fine. It's okay.
What you playing over there, Tommy? Oh, it's just a shooting game.
Okay, let's see. Let's
Use the baby, but not switches to turn off shooting the underwear.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, no, there was no way to turn that off.
Ride all the rides, have some fun, then eat your heart out.
It's important to the gameplay and story.
I gotta say, they kind of lost the plot here. I don't really get the whole Christmas thing.
It's just because it's a like theme park carnival thing.
Yeah, like Santa Claus is in the public domain, so you can just do all the Santa Claus imagery you want it.
We got Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah, isn't there like a whole thing of Christmas horror movies?
Oh god, yeah. There's Silent Night, Deadly Night, Krampus, Santa's Sleigh starring Goldberg,
Jack Frost.
Not the family-oriented one.
Yeah, not the Michael Keaton one.
Yeah, no, there's two Jack Frosts, which is freaking great. And then there's horror movies that take place around Christmas time, but aren't necessarily Christmas related, like Gremlins.
I kind of forget that Gremlins is technically a horror movie.
Oh yeah.
So, we've moved from Christmas to Paul Bunyan.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Do you have to fight Babe?
I don't think you do.
This is the kiddie part of the park.
You're not gonna fight Babe because Babe's over in the big city.
I gotta say, I like the variety of weapons so far.
Yeah.
And enemy varieties really vary too.
Yeah, that is one thing I will give this, is that the enemy, you're definitely not fighting the same thing over and over again.
I gotta say, I'm digging this music.
I was gonna joke and say that I thought that, like, a guy in a Godzilla outfit would just show up in Corpse Killer, but here they are instead.
It looks more like a Reptar.
Also, here's time for figuring out what the offensive food court is.
Ooh.
Is it that? That's
I wonder if that's it. Oh, is that it?
They look kind of like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I don't see it so far.
The hairstyles.
Oh.
No, the deep fryer was not the offensive part.
Do you know what it is? Because I don't.
Yeah, I'm not getting what was offensive about any of that.
Or have we not gone to it yet?
I was gonna say I could take a shot in the dark and say that. Oh no, it's a burrito. Which
enable or
is
disable the
appropriating.
guillotines making rude gestures.
Yeah, you looked it up. Yeah,
Well,
apparently
well-
they're gonna stop it.
Wait,
Or
what
we
is
missed
it? What did I miss?
It's just basically them flipping us off.
Oh.
You thought way too deep into it.
Look, it's midway in the 90s.
I love it. I love how we were all expecting something super awful.
We just came from Corpse Killer. What do you expect?
Like we were ready to go. It's like it's gonna be somebody.
Like it is there's the era that we're starting to realize, hey, maybe that's not cool to have in the game, but we're not going to do anything about it.
Right. I'm also glad that while I was looking this up, I also got links for Royal Caribbean Cruises.
The Krampus!
Krampus is also a seasonal monster in Killing.
Not for nothing, I kind of want those skates.
Yeah, those are some pretty good states.
Looks like something Ivy would put on their characters in SoulCal.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to beat this without, like, credit feeding.
Yeah, because you can't avoid most of the damage that you're taking.
A midway game that cheats you on a purse?
I mean, no, I know it's shocking, but
I'm surprised, to be honest.
It's set to normal difficulty too.
oh yeah, yeah. It's just our health that was set to very easy too. Oh.
It's the freak show.
Now for the
Freak
good
show.
shit.
See the strange and bizarre. Step right up. We'd love to see you. We think you could be the star.
You know, I'm wondering if it was as a kid, what freaked me out about this game more was more the subject matter or just the models. Or just the graphical style.
I think it's a combination, because I remember, I saw this game in the airport like one time, I remember it freaked me out a little bit, so it could be a mix.
Oh, you didn't do that.
You know, I'm trying to think. This is right around the time that Cat Dog was getting popular, wasn't it?
That what was popular?
Cat Dog.
I mean, it existed.
These things creep me out.
Yeah, that's not great.
I don't like the face, and I don't like the face it leaves when it hits you.
I like these guys and their weird, goofy impression, though.
See, the thing about this is less the thing that bothers me. It's the hit notification of just the bloody face that bothers me more. It's the world's biggest shoe.
It's the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota.
Frog?
Man, this is just This is just making me appreciate the game we're going to be playing soon better. Okay, that's straight up the Mace of the Dark Age font. Wait, was this a character in Mace of the Dark Age? Because it looks like it.
It wasn't, but I can see the fonts.
So when's Beetlejuice hopping out?
Well, you have to say Beetlejuice at least one more time.
Well, not... Isn't it like 3 times in a row you can't have words in between it? Does that reset the counter? Okay, this music is... Oh, this was the same year that Eyes Wide Shut came out, didn't it?
99, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, I was about to say there had to be some way to shove the guy in the Iron Maiden. Oh, he's not dead yet.
But only if he's a power slave.
Like that guy.
See, he's just there to ride the lightning.
Yeah,
you know, that
I don't know many.
I
don't know many Iron Maiden songs, so I can't.
That's
really...
not Iron Maiden song. That's Metallica.
Oh, okay.
Ride the Lightning's Metallica.
Metal is not my genre, so.
Yeah, I know. That's my jam. Yeah, actually, they did look like the boss from Killer Instinct.
Well, that was Idol.
I just remember Eye Guy from Mighty Morphin Power.
Ah, spider monkeys, I get it.
It's a clever game.
Oh, let's see what's her boss.
Don't wake the baby.
Oh.
What?
Eddie.
I really do appreciate this game going just completely in on itself.
Don't wake Daddy.
You know, I was gonna say, I can't think of many bad video game bears. This is definitely the exception.
What about Naughty Bear?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about Naughty Bear?
Okay, maybe Naughty Bear. That's
What
not.
about, like,
That's not.
the bear from Condemned, the one that chases you?
See, the thing about that was great about that is I was on a call with someone who was playing that part for the first time, and he was just going through. It's like, oh man, I'm going through a cabin where there's all this wreck shit around, and I'm like, you know, there's gonna be a bear that's coming in through there, right? He's like, oh well, I'll see. And then about 5 seconds later, it's like, oh shit, there's a bear chasing me now.
I remember playing that and almost having a goddamn heart attack at that part. Because you don't expect that at all. You're just like, oh, cabin, alright, I guess we're just gonna fight some more of these. Holy fuck, there's a bear! Ah! So I guess turning off Giant Baby means you fought the bear instead.
You've made it to our main attraction, the three-ring circus in the big top tent. We hope our clowns will entertain you before making you the main event.
Ape!
Okay, I like the honking noise whenever you shoot them.
Also, the freak show section was way less problematic than I remember it.
Yeah. Kind of surprised.
Like, overall, I'd say this game's actually not that entirely probably. I mean, jiggle physics and
yeah, that was not good, but
the prospect of shooting a giant baby in this game, I think, is a little bad.
I mean, it's clearly a zombie, so I guess it makes it a little better.
yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that like really would have to go from this game is Lady Marie and her weird outfit.
Yeah, the weird dominatrix outfit.
Like, even that, compared to some of the stuff we've seen, I call it pretty tame. Maybe a 2 out of 10 on the problematic scale. Well, see, Tyrion, that really depends on the developer. If you're talking Team Ninja, or is it Ninja Theory, I think I'm thinking?
No, Team Ninja, are you talking about Dead or Alive?
Yeah.
That's it's Team Ninja.
Yeah, so if you're talking like Team Ninja, no digital physics have not improved.
Okay, well, dog shooting, that's an automatic negative.
Yeah.
But these are demon dogs, so it's okay.
You know, I might be one of the only people who actually don't mind clowns.
I fucking don't
Me either. I don't really get the whole thing with them.
What about mimes?
Well, first of all, mimes, you don't want to kill mimes, you just beat them up, because they're kind of like... You dump their books, that's the most...
you can get close to them, they're not going to make a noise.
Right, exactly. With clowns, it's that uncanny valley, where they just barely, like, look like a regular person, and I don't know, just something about them freaks me the hell out. Plus, grease paint's gross.
Has Danny DeVito ever played a clown?
I don't think so.
I think he has. Oh wait, no. Who was the clown in Spawn?
That was John Leguizamo.
Yeah, that was John Leguizamo.
No, Danny DeVito's too good for that role. John Leguizamo is the exact right role for that character.
And I know it predates it, but I feel like Tim Curry taking the turn as Pennywise really kind of amped up people's fears of clowns, because he did such a good job with it.
Probably.
But no, clowns are absolutely soulless and terrible, and fuck all of them.
But what if a clown did crime?
I just love that sign, we need your brain.
Okay, but what if the clown was actually just a regular person and the world didn't understand him, so he became a clown who did crime?
What?
Welcome aboard. From this study, I have observed your every move, but you do not obey. Prepare to die.
And welcome to the final battle.
What?
Don Carnage?
Nope, it's Umlaut.
I haven't had a fight all day. I'm not gonna buy.
You know, if you were to ask me what the final boss of this game would be, I definitely would not have said pirate.
Yeah.
German pirate, to be specific.
Yeah, he's the guy whose tombstone you put a coin into.
Oh.
Token taker.
Oh, yeah, I see that now.
Oh, for God's sakes.
I get it.
You all gotta fucking pay attention at the beginning of these games.
It's just usually, if it's a German pun like that, it's usually more profane.
Count von Fingerbang. Yes, exactly. The guy has umlauts over his name, and his jester buddy's called Umlaut. I guess in this case, it would be Tuken Tuker? Tuken Toker, I think? So pretty sure umlauts over the O make it an oo sound. Either that would be Tuken Talker. How the fuck did she get up here?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say this battle is a good argument against anyone ever once seeing this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Silent Hill. They look like monsters to you?
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh, this ending to Rule of Rose is way different.
What's going on?
Of course, his name is Ludwig von. Here we go again!
Loop 2, bitches!
Except no, actually.
Come on, you gotta go for the ultra ending.
No. Well, wait, what? Oh!
Oh, that's just horrible. That's terrifying.
So are you gonna make that your icon for the month, or?
No. Based on by concept by Jack Hager. Okay, I like this credits.
Yeah, these credits are pretty good.
Yeah, this is a nice looking credits.
Yeah, wasn't CarnEvil 2 like not dumped yet? Like I think someone has it, but it's not out there.
I didn't know there
Sounds about
was
right.
CarnEvil 2.
Oh my god. So apparently this game was originally inspired by the movie Carnival of Souls. No, not at all.
No, it's just another creepy movie.
Well, no, but this was supposed to have been inspired by it, but there's not. Carnival of Souls was a very slow burn and extremely terrible horror movie from the 60s. This is like in your face all the time.
Yeah,
Well,
people
maybe
can
they-
just write words.
Yeah, it could just been like a base thing. Yeah, just how many dicks do you think did end up on the high scoreboard for this game?
All of the dicks. But yeah, I just double checked, and that is the only ending.
Okay.
Am I dumb or is there no music?
No, there's no music.
That's weird.
By Blur. Man, Martin Martinez is an interesting name. Wait, Carlos Pacino?
Carlos Pacino was in this.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That was not expecting.
Yeah.
But it's midway, so actually kind of not that surprising.
Yeah. That's Salvita. Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Princess Serenity, really?
Sure.
Matt Booty.
Yeah, I think he's like I forgot exactly what he does, but he's like a big deal for Midway.
I think isn't he presently a big deal for Microsoft?
Fuck yeah.
I believe
Dio.
so, yeah.
The one-armed man.
Okay.
When the moon is
Okay. So yeah, that's CarnEvil.
Walk through the cemetery if you
I enjoyed
think
the hell out of that.
I think it says a lot. This is the first game this stream you've finished.
Yeah.
Or the first game you've wanted to finish, I should say.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, it helps that it's a short game, and also there's just stuff happening versus...
Okay, so 42 is the highest game we have so far, so let's see.
What's the top shooter on the list?
The top light gun game is Battle Flash, which is definitely going way below. Because I would it's also there's Point Blank right there, which is definitely going below.
Roger that.
Also, I put Bank Panic as a gun game, even though it's not technically a gun game. I would still also rather play Bank Panic.
Okay.
But I'm thinking in between Bank Panic and Slalom.
Ooh, that's pretty high. Yeah, I'd have fun with that.
Because it's definitely not going above Kunio-kun Nekatsu Soccer League.
Yeah, you were playing it on normal, so but it wasn't as cheap as some other light games could be.
I mean, it is still for a Midway arcade game. It was a quarter munching bastard, but that's you kind of just have to expect that.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's an arcade game, you just go in expecting you're spending all your money.
Yeah, I like the power-up placement, like how they would have, like you would have a short shooter, and then they would have you move somewhere, and they show you moving somewhere, and that was usually where the power-ups were. So if you're quick, you could catch them. They put some thought into it.
Yeah. True. But expert. Let's see, what?
Should probably yikes, because it has babies in it.
I suppose.
And,
Also, Lady Marie. Yep. So one thing I'm going to dislike right off the bat is... I'm just going to call it camera. The frame thing is not great.
Okay. So did you like or love the graphics?
I would say I put more like. I would not play love graphics for this.
Okay. I thought the graphic design was inspired.
Yeah.
So they stuck with the theme.
The aesthetic is fantastic. Like, just the overall...
for what they were trying to go for, they did it in spades.
Yeah.
They nailed down pretty much every single thing about the game that they were aiming at, so...
Yeah,
I'm surprised that... Go ahead.
Because if you're thinking about, say, like, think about Mortal Kombat 4. Because that was a 3D, like, Mortal Kombat that's kind of, not quite in the same vein as this, but it's Midway and them trying 3D. That game looks like shit compared to this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 4 looked like shit compared to nothing. But...
I mean, yes. But yes.
But also, I agree. God, 4 was such a bad game.
Yeah, 4 was not good.
Do we have anything for just like an overall? It's not because it's not a charming game, but it. Like,
I mean, charm would fit that. Charm would fit that.
Would you put that for? Because I would put love for charm then, because that aesthetic is just consistent throughout.
Oh no, I think you should put camp before you put charm.
Should put what before charm?
Camp.
I don't know. That's not the kind of camp that I think I'd mark for that. I'd put more charm because camp. I'm kind of leaving that one for. Also, kind of in a bad way. Well, not cheese.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going camp, I'm thinking something like the intro to Resident Evil 1 when I think of camp.
Yeah, something that is by technical standards not good, well shot. Because also
It's
for
more
99,
like black comedy than anything, I'd say.
yeah, for 1999, that was actually some really good CG.
That was black comedy. I mean, like
Yeah.
Hambone, the Revenge.
Yeah.
Well,
Daddy.
Let's put charm for now.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna put that under love though, because I absolutely adore the direction they went with it.
Yeah, actually, if we did that for Zombie Raid, then we'll do it for this as well. All right.
Cheese in dislike has been mentioned.
Yes, that is definitely comes with territory.
You know, there would be if there was one way to do like a quarter munching, or just like a coin icon.
So in the new list, there is a way. There is something that will.
Okay, because that one definitely deserves it.
All right.
Anything you hate?
No. I don't. I think that's good for now. Okay, so that is CarnEvil. Now time to move to something that is practically completely different. It is still technically kind of in the haunted house, but it is a completely different tone. Also, it is by an old friend of the channel that we've not seen in a while. And this is also a game that did not come to the US. At least there was home ports of this game that were Europe and Japan only. But yeah, I don't think this got a US arcade release. But yeah, I don't know why, because there's no reason for it not to. I guess they just didn't want to bring this over, which is a darn shame because this game's actually pretty neat. Because it is, well, we'll see when we get into the game. So this is Rush Crashing. It does that from time to time. Try that again.
Nah, it's perfect all the time. Never makes a mistake.
There we go. This is by Namco. Well, Namco published. Developed by Rising.
Oh.
So this is actually a spin-off of Point Blank.
I was getting ready to say that.
Hey, look, it's Fiji cats.
Oh man, I was about to make that joke.
Yeah, so it's not technically a sequel to Point Blank, but it is a spin-off of Point Blank. And yeah, this is Ghoul Panic.
Leo and Eric.
Yeah, if you are not familiar with the concept of Point Blank, you will basically have a series of minigames in which you need to use your gun to solve problems. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start. Same, like, practically the same exact thing. Like, you still have the color thing, you have Bomb Ghost, and the cat, there's no Dan and Dawn, you just have cat. Start. So you still have the difficulty, we're just gonna play on medium. So the thing is, you always start with the same intro stage, which is basically this kind of thing here.
Oh, this looks smooth.
Yeah, it is really smooth.
Compared to what we were just watching.
Yeah, I know, it's like a completely different thing.
It's like my eyes have been, like, oiled and are ready to go. That's a gross way of saying it, but I stand by it.
Right, and it gauges on your different kind of things. Okay, so we have, let's see. Let's do this one to start with. This one's fun. Because basically, you just gotta rapidly fire the gun. You have 10 seconds to shoot 43 times. Oh!
Damn.
Nice.
I like that the door is just a guillotine.
Yep. Okay, let's try this one. Okay.
It's a game, Aerosmith Quest for Fame on System 12.
I've seen that game. It's like a weird rhythm/simulation game about trying to be a famous musician. kind of interesting. It's very FMV multimedia in its aesthetic, if that does it for you.
It really depends. Like, if it's gonna be bad, I want it to be, you know, like a corpse killer level bad.
So the thing about this,
like going for...
the thing about this game that's also kind of different from Point Blank is this game is actually kind of hard. Also, this is a weird one.
Press the button, meow.
Shoot guards, find cat.
Yeah. So you're actually going through a little maze.
I found the cat. She's right behind me.
A mimic.
Yep.
One of the greatest superpowers you can develop is the ability to pet a cat without waking it up.
There we go.
It's a very good... I thought that guillotine hit the cat on the head. I was about to...
Nope. Okay, so there are things that have diamonds, which basically they're slightly harder, and if you get points for basically finishing all of them.
It's just the Hogan's Alley minigame.
Yeah, except you gotta... Yeah.
Wow, that was really hard.
Yes. And I think you get also every 4 stages, you get a boss. We're going up against Frankie.
I remember one time Alessa woke up in the middle of the night and she started grooming, and then her head kind of like bumped up against my arm, and she immediately stopped the moment it happened and then went right back to sleep.
Which, by the way, if you get the gem, you start with a benefit, or you start with a, basically the boss has less health.
That's pretty cool.
Well, you're getting to shoot a baby after. Oh, never mind.
He's King Hippo.
Oh, this just makes me want to play Point Blank.
There we go. Yeah, it's a problem with Lycon games, is they kind of need that in order to work.
I'd like to play Point Blank, but I choose to play as Keanu Reeves.
That's Point Break.
I know.
Okay, let's see. Let's try this one.
Yeah, screen flashes kind of seem to be the big dislike for a lot of...
There we go. Okay, let's see this one. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm gonna fail this, aren't I? Yep. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, of course.
Oh, this will be good.
So you have 5 bullets to... Oh, that's gonna suck.
Woof.
Oh! No. Oh, just barely. Oh, we can just continue. Oh, let's
Yeah, they
this
got
out.
hard quick, huh?
Okay, so... Done one of these. Damn it.
I'm gonna step out for now. Thank you for the stream, Lolo.
Yep, no problem. Oh.
Come on, Lolo, hurry. You got this. Hey, you right there?
There we go.
Just picking up at the last second.
Yep. Okay. Now we're up against Vladdy. Okay. Whoop, that's not great. There we go. Okay, let's see.
Huzzah.
Let's get this one over with.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
There we go. That should be good.
That actually looks... Yeah, it's a better grouping.
Okay, let's... Oh, this one's... Remember, saw this one in long play.
Oh, this sucks. Fucking what?
Oh.
Jesus Christ, dude. You and your, like, 0-second victories.
Keep it interesting. I'm not gonna make this. Yep, I'm definitely not gonna make that. Oh wow, I just made it. Yeah, because usually they're like, you have to get... They give you no room for... Oh, it's... Let's try this. Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's no way.
Nope. Alright. Wachina. Whoops. Oh, that's great. Oh, perfect.
She just oh-ho-ho'd you.
Yes, she did.
I forget what that's called.
It's... Yeah, it's not Oju-sama, but it's... There is a term for it, but I forgot what it was.
The noblewoman's laugh.
Yeah, it's...
Oju-sama, yeah.
Oju-sama. So I know there's a term that is very similar to that, that makes... That is something completely different. I think it is actually. It might actually be balanced for 2 people. But also... Oh boy.
Oh. That was it. This is not.
She's giving very strong Ursula vibes.
Oh yeah. Oh, you poor unfortunate soul.
So I bet you if we got all 3, we would have probably a benefit against that boss as well. Also, her name's Mamma Mia.
It was a noble goal going into this house to free cats.
Yep.
Oh.
Our names were Kevin and Lisa.
No, it's Leo and Eris.
No.
You can't trick me like this.
Let's see, what was our rank? We are full-fledged. I am perfectly okay with that.
Ass.
Nope. Okay, I am kind of curious to see what the practice course is. Also, the intro is different for each.
So maybe practice is just a straight up light gun.
No, it's lesser stages with lower difficulty.
Ah.
That was a thing in Point Blank too. Go. Because there's one that I want to show up that. Okay, it's not. Well, since we haven't seen one of these objectives yet. Because, yeah, you have your Dr. Don, Dr. Dan levels from Point Blank, and here has this. Where basically, don't let the things touch the cat. Oh, it's just this one again. So there is a PlayStation port of this that, unfortunately doesn't run quite as smooth as this. It still runs fairly smooth. Yeah, it has the same kind of things because the PlayStation port of Point Blank had like a adventure mode in it, almost. And that also is in that one as well. And also, you can just play the games carte blanche. Or a la carte, I should say, not carte blanche.
Alucard Blanche.
Oh, okay. Man, there's one that I wanted to have show up in the thing with a bunch of dancing skeletons, but it's not showing up. Okay, let me reset it, see if I can force it. It's gonna... No, but let's just... Okay, okay. Apparently it's not going to show up, but anyway, yeah. Maybe we can take a look at this at some other point and take a look at maybe the PlayStation port, but anyway, that's Ghoul Panic. It's basically point blank, but with 3D graphics and kind of a fun theme to it. So, yeah. That's that. Okay.
Neat game.
Yeah, I really like Ghoul Panic. Like, that is, if not better, just as good as the original Point Blank. We have at 8. It is a little bit more difficult, for the most part. You have to kind of make sure you're playing with something really good, like a good controller. Because if you're playing that just like with a controller, you're not going to be able to do well. That's just the nature of any like a game. And yes, it involves Kitty. So I would, yeah. How about putting this above, say... I think I'd probably put that above, say, the first Funky Fighter. I think these 4 right here are kind of in a bunch, so to speak. Also, you might want to mute your mic. Yeah, because it's definitely not going above Battle Clash.
I'm just gonna take your word for it on these.
Yeah, I think in between Starfire Sandine. First Funky Fighter.
I also forgot that I have it push to talk.
That's just Rhapsody's I see you kind of long. Hello, Fremo. Let's see. 60. Also came out in 1999. That is by Rising. It's an arcade game. It is a gun game. It is absolutely cute. Yep. Okay. Actually, I would say that as expert. Okay, like/dislike. It is incredibly charming.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if we put charm for love in the other ones, I think we put charm more for that one.
But like cats.
I don't have a cat thing.
We need a cat.
Doing all right.
Visually, it
yeah,
looks
I think gameplay and graphics are probably good for that.
Yeah.
I will put cheese because some of that thing is not great. Oh, also, sensitivity. Especially that one. That one got pretty bad. But also was flashing in other ways. And that's kind of what I'd probably put for that. That game is just really good. So yeah. Now we're on to the main event. So, there was a game that came out that kind of revolutionized the idea of zombie-like gun games. No other game kind of did it just like this. So originally this was an arcade game, came out in 1996. However, it got ported to the Saturn and to the PC, which I will be taking a look at the PC version because it is the one that is easiest to get to run. That's not the Saturn version. Saturn version is also stupidly expensive for some reason, which is great because I had a copy when it first came out, so I got to reap that reward.
I blame collectors.
I mean, that is exactly what it is. Also, the Saturn version is actually kind of technically one of the worst ways to play it, but at least compared to the PC version, still a pretty good way of playing it. But it's just the fact that it's a console.
It's so hard to find it, so it must be worth thousands of dollars.
Just get the PC version. It's on. You can find it on abandonware sites.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little finicky to get to work, but it is still. Yeah. So
I mean, this is like when you think of light gun games. I argue this is like the light gun game that you immediately go to.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, well, I would say maybe one of the sequels. Maybe. Well, and by one of the sequels, I mean 2. But yeah, this is Dan Time Crisis. I kind of forget that Time Crisis exists.
Yeah, Time Crisis 2. Like those are the two.
They're kind of in the same vein because I think they came out within a year of each other. But yes, let's go ahead and start. So this is taking a little bit. This is really weird to get to work, but yes, this is the House of the Dead. Also, I apologize for it being loud. Because also it's going to do that because that's just how this is going to work. Oh, god damn it.
Oh.
So this is... I had to do some weird things in order to get this to work. Well, I'm going to be doing House of the Dead 2 sometime between November, because we're taking a look at Typing of the Dead, which is just House of the Dead 2. Well, it's the keyboard. Also, we wait a little bit. Also, I think I'm just going to do it like this. Oh, that's a bit too low.
They did bring House of the Dead back on the Wii.
Oh, yeah, it
House
did.
of the Dead's 1 and 2 have a collection
2 and 3.
for the Wii.
It's 2 and 3. It's not 1.
Was it 2 and 3?
No, it's 2 and 3 because I remember that coming out and being really weirded out that it wasn't 1.
Ah, okay. And it's sad because I actually have a copy somewhere. Could have sworn it. Or whatever. Berenstain Bears.
Okay, here we go.
I forget what that thing is called.
Help! Everyone's getting killed.
Shall all die.
So yes.
The House of the Dead.
This is also another game that when it came out scared the living shit out of me. But yes, this is the basic concept. So here's the thing. With this game, it kind of revolutionized the concept of you can shoot people's limbs off. So if you shoot an enemy that has like something in their hand, you can actually shoot their arm and it will get rid of the weapon. Okay, this is just a thing. Okay, so this is kind of basically based on the Saturn port. Because the Saturn port added some extra stuff. Namely, you can set your continues and difficulty. It's good enough on normal. You can also change the blood color to a lot of different things. We're going to keep it on red. Also, it is a 90s era PC game, so enjoy your slow resolution. The other thing they added is PC mode, which is kind of, which this was called Saturn mode in the original, or the Saturn port. So you have your main characters, which are Rogan and G. Which basically the thing that they do in this that's interesting is the I don't think if reload time actually does anything. But yeah, basically it just gives them different properties. You also have two different variants of Rogan and G. So have Sophie who will show up, and he plays a researcher as well. We were just going to do arcade mode because might as well just do that. His first chapter. So in the original arcade release, or I think in the Japanese version, it is called Tragedy. They put an extra D in there. Okay, so let's go and start. So I don't know what if it's just this release of the PC version that I got, but they have it so that it automatically reloads.
Help!
Also, let me do something real quick. Yeah, because I'm gonna just do this then.
Okay.
Oh, gotta remember that dog's gonna be there.
It's you!
Also, thank you, game, for having subtitles.
The greatest character in the franchise has just flown off.
Yep. Oh.
You missed the good stuff.
No!
Up, also, this...
Thank you.
So yeah, good stuff.
If there's a researcher on there, you kind of want to make sure, one, don't hit them, but try and save them, because most of the time, if you save a researcher on screen, you will get extra life from it.
You missed some of the funniest shit.
You missed
CarnEvil.
Corpse Killer was just amazing.
To be fair, at least I got here in time for a good game.
Yes. Quite possibly, probably the best game we're taking a look at today.
Oh yeah.
Although you did miss Rising's take on Point Blank.
Oh god.
It was cute. Had cats.
I also missed CarnEvil, which is the most important.
CarnEvil was also very good.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucking good ass. I already forgot what the genre is.
On rails light gun.
Yeah, rail shooter. It's rail shooter.
Rail shooter.
All of you fucked it up. All of you.
So there are some things that if you see it on screen, you can, especially like a lock, you can actually change what path you go down.
We were all surprised at how, non-problematic the Freak Show portion of CarnEvil was.
CarnEvil was a really good rail shooter, honestly.
It was. It's like the worst we had to deal with was terrible titty physics and questionable panty shots. That was about it.
I'm really sad because that is
You forgot the BDSM thing on she was wearing on names.
Right, the BDSM. But I wouldn't call that problematic. I mean...
That voice.
Nothing wrong with BDSM.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh my fucking god, you people.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
It is the rail shooter I am most familiar with personally.
Yeah. Also. Okay, so this is true. All the bosses in House of Dead are named after the major arcana.
He is rough.
Yeah, you have to really be accurate. Except for this part.
So you need to be accurate. Yeah. I feel like this is just like a free ride at this point.
Yeah.
Sophie!
Sophie!
Which is fair, Marsh. Totally fair.
Or else something terrible will happen.
Yeah, CarnEvil is a lot.
Yep. Also, depending upon how many you rescue, you'll get points. Or health back.
Congrats, you got 1 life for 5 people.
Also, just to reiterate, the music in this game is fantastic.
You say that, but I can't hear it over all the gun.
Yeah, unfortunately, this PC release has some really bad balancing.
Is there not an option in the options to...
There is, but it doesn't work because it's a 90s era PC game.
Yep. Yeah, the first 2 games in the franchise are just really freaking good. And
I wait the day that we suffer like G did.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this game's a real fucker.
That guy's a real cut-up.
No!
I guess you could say he saw you.
Thank you!
You almost shot her.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look. We found Jesus.
He was hiding in the cupboard.
Ah, yes, my favorite book, The Jesus in the Cupboard. God, that sure was a thing, wasn't it?
It was a good book, but I don't know if it was a good movie.
Damn it.
I don't think I ever actually saw the movie.
Which movie?
Indian in the Cupboard.
Oh, I read the book and the movie, or I watched the movie.
I was gonna say, if you read the movie...
If you read the movie...
Oops.
You'll love watching the book.
Just looking at the script directly in front of you. Yeah!
Oh, fucking K.
Fuck that bookcase in particular!
Sure, alright.
God, this fucking music was ass.
Got zombies, got jams. Okay, but Torben, how do you feel about plaid-wearing zombies running through an African village?
Thank you!
I mean, I love RE5. No, but like genuinely, I do.
And it's just like the only black dude is a Rastafarian.
See, I deeply appreciate RE5 because the initial reveal that, oh man, this is in an African village and everyone's black.
Yeah,
everyone's like, everyone's like, racism. So now you have this incredibly multicultural African village in the middle of fuck nowhere.
Well, I think it's interesting nobody said anything about going to Spain and shooting a bunch of,
Spanish people.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna say it's the exact same premise because obviously the other one carries some deeper issues, made worse by all the shit that's happened here in the U.S. But it's also interesting.
So the problem with the whole thing of them being like African villagers was like it was just the people in the towns. That's fine. It's when they started to have the shields and the weird spears that became a problem.
Yeah. I mean, it was a problem regardless.
Yeah, because the general consensus was white dude goes into, Africa and shoots a bunch of, black people.
See, that's why you play Sheva, who is, like, far superior.
Yeah, I had played Sheva when I played it with my friend.
Yeah, when I played it with someone recently, I was Sheva.
Thank you.
Plus, you're not supposed to play Resident Evil 5 alone. No, you have to play it with somebody else.
Yeah, it's not the same.
They're still upstairs.
It's not the same as if you're sitting in a corner shooting grenade launcher at your teammate. Because the two of you are deciding who goes forward based on who has the least health. Oh man, I love Killer 7.
The Hanging Man.
The Hanging Man.
Well, we're not going to really lay on this point too long, but there's really good reason why it was considered problematic. Let's just kind of let it linger there.
Yeah, I found it amusing, is all. It's like how in Far Cry 5, people got really angry that it was a white nationalist cult. So the word from on high said, hey, let's change this.
Yeah.
So you have this fucking incredibly multicultural group that's basically a white nationalist group.
Yeah.
In the middle of a
very
countryside of a state that is very racially homogenous, let's say.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's always Far Cry 3, which was...
I don't know, I still am also a fan of Uncharted 1, where the villains, like the opposing organization, was entirely like just full of people of color that you were gunning down as you,
we won't let you
white ass white man.
Yep.
It's just like, read the room and really look at what you're deciding.
Video games have a bad habit of being very tone deaf. Yeah. Like, even if there's no malice in it, it's just a lack of thought.
Because it's possible to do something racist and not actually intend it. It's just how it is.
I fucking love RE5, but man, it's got problems.
This must be the security card.
Granted, I also like RE6 as long as you play with someone else.
Oh yeah.
Except for the Chris campaign. The Chris campaign can fuck off.
Okay,
Chris campaign's awful.
But the best one is still obviously, what is it? That one where you play as the Umbrella people shooting the Umbrella people. There's what, Operation Raccoon City, and then Umbrella
Corps.
Umbrella Corps, yeah.
Never play Operation Raccoon City. Oh my god.
I don't even think you can get Umbrella Corps anymore.
And then now I don't like what they're doing in the new one because it's basically just Dungeon Land, but Resident Evil.
Well, I gotta see gameplay of it first.
Well, no, it sounded like Left 4 Dead.
Well, they released a 10-minute playthrough of a whole match, and it's literally Dungeon Land.
Oh, I didn't realize they had gameplay footage. I thought it was still...
Nope, they released...
I'm gonna be real, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I'm not... Because, like, you have one player who's the mastermind, and they can plant zombies, or go out and play as the different zombies, or even Mr. X. And, like, it just doesn't look fun.
Yeah, I still think RE6 gets more shit than it deserves, but also I feel like a lot of people didn't play it multiplayer. That's it, once again, Chris campaign sucks. Becoming Lightning Zombies Eat Jesus is somehow boring.
Because, I mean, you gotta think about it. How many people buying Resident Evil 6 are also gonna have a friend who definitely wants to play Resident Evil 6?
Yeah. I still think the Leon chapter is actually really good.
No!
I mean, very few things really compare to Chris Redfield punching a boulder.
Thank you.
It said Umbrella Babies, also pretty good.
It was great with the Chris punching the boulder thing because I was playing Achievement, so I was actually doing like other stuff. While and my friend's like, "Oh my god, he's just punching the boulder." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
So it's fuck that entire fight because the first time when I played it, it made the game unwinnable.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that at one point.
Because she literally could not hit the QTE fast enough. And so he kept failing, and there was nothing we could do about it.
Really good.
So when we played through it the second time, which was on stream, I just played Sheva, and it made it a lot easier.
It's too late.
Yeah, also I
Must be the security card.
love the Ada campaign in 6. It's really good. Because originally Ada was supposed to be solo, but then people complained. So they created Agent.
That's beautiful.
Who is a hunk clone that does nothing in terms of the story, just kind of exists to be a co-op character.
So he's the Waluigi.
It's really good, because Ada uses her fucking hookshot to get all over places, and then Agent is suddenly there. Because, I don't know, he took the stairs, I guess. And so the running joke is that he's just Ada's imaginary friend. He is Ada's stand, Secret Agent Man. Yeah, he only shows up if you play co-op. Because once again, people complain and want to do co-op Ada. And I feel like Agent really adds to the complete ridiculousness of her story. Because she feels like she just belongs in a different story. But like a different genre entirely.
It's interesting the way they rewrote her in a remake of 2. Because I remember in the first one, when she first encounters Leon, she says that she's the girlfriend or wife of one of the researchers. But in this one, she says she's I think she says she's a reporter.
Yeah.
But then they also turned her into kind of a damsel, which annoyed the hell out of me.
Oh, yeah, because she was always like very much her own person.
Yeah, but in the remake, she kind of gets really damsel-y.
The man's head is tiny.
Yes, it is. Also, it does not move at all.
Right, she says she's a federal agent, but she's actually working for, I think it's CIA.
So here's the weird thing, is that this is like almost the easiest boss.
And yet, you got hit.
Yeah.
And I got hit with the other boss, too.
I mean, if you're a true gamer. That was an uncomfortable noise.
Well,
yeah, you know what, I just kind of tried to ignore it.
Okay, I'll just keep on shooting.
Certainly easy when you don't have to reload.
I mean, I'm just mashing in between the reload in between every couple shots, so...
No, that's good.
Yeah, it's the first Resident Evil I ever played was Code Veronica.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, a friend had it.
I'm sorry that was your introduction to that series.
I mean, it's just part of the course of Torpid.
Yeah, it is. It's part of the course. It's like how my first King's Quest was 7, and then 8. And then my first Space Quest was 6.
You're so bad at this.
I know.
How are you bad at games?
How am I bad at starting franchises? I don't know. a shame, because Space Quest 5 is so fucking good.
At least your first SWAT game was 4 with Lolo.
Wherein I tased a grandma to death. Literally the first thing I did. Well, after
clip.
tasting the shit out of Lolo.
Yes.
Which was hilarious, I might add.
I mean, it's a SWAT. You can't not play SWAT 4 and then have a little bit of a taser fight.
To be fair, I also gassed all of you.
Yeah, that I usually don't do because I'm not usually lame and use grass for this.
Like, so, Grandma, how you feeling lucky today? Do you think you're gonna get tased? You are.
I mean, literally what Torben said was, do you want to play Russian roulette?
Yes, I saw the clip.
Taser, yeah.
I saw the clip and it's beautiful.
I love the time that half the squad was chasing me down while Lolo and Risen were doing work. Trying to stop me on my gas grenade rampage.
It was also great because tasers incapacitating people is only a thing that the mod that we were using added.
And only specifically old people.
Yeah, or people that would have bad parts.
Well, here's the thing, you know, you got bad guys with guns and all that, sure, so you know that they're a threat, you can drop them, but you don't know the kind of threat that a grandma would.
I mean, she can't pull out a gun. It is scripted
right,
that
exactly.
she can.
Or like a pair of knitting needles, you ever get stabbed with one of those? That shit hurts.
To be fair, knitting needles are pretty big.
They are? You get one of those right through the bone, you're done, forget it. You're not running, you're not Usain Bolting your way through life.
You need to start Police Quest, Lola, so we can get to SWAT 4 eventually.
Yeah. Well, here's the weird thing about that boss rush. It's done. We don't have to fight the third boss again.
I feel like we should also call a ban on boss rushes as like integral parts of the main campaign. Have it like an optional thing for. I'm perfectly okay not refighting the bosses I just fought to get to the last boss.
Yeah, I think that's why they don't make you fight the third boss again.
Yeah, to be fair, this is a very short game, which is the issue.
Yeah, because this is the final boss.
There's no way out, Kyrian.
I must admit, I really respect your consistency. But you will never, ever defeat me. Say hello.
Good that he's recording this in a tunnel.
Who are you? Nobody gives me instructions. I shall destroy everything. What happened?
What
Why
happened?
would you follow my instructions?
Get
Okay.
fireball, bitch.
So,
fresh air.
time to fight the magician, who is a massive asshole.
Yeah. Also, that's a great skybox. I never quite figured out what his weakness is.
I don't
the
know
whole
either.
side of his mask.
It might be, but it's very inconsistent on when it can actuate. It seems to actually go through. Shit.
Oh, it's the side of his face.
Yeah. There's a hole in the side of his mask.
But it's gone now.
Yeah, this is the quarter munchery part of the game.
I feel like the final bosses in the House of the Dead games have all been kind of quarter munchery.
Yeah, they're really not great. Also, I have 5 continues left.
Weird Ado says shoot for exposed parts, so like right leg and left arm.
Oh yeah, the parts of the pulsing tubes.
I see.
Yeah, this got a little easier. Yeah, I don't know if that's the original or if that's just just this version.
Probably in the original. Okay, here's the thing. I need to...
Oh. We're not.
There we go.
You did it! Just remember, kids, never trust a magician. They're always evil.
But they put on really great kids parties.
Yeah, up until they kill the children.
Yeah, but then you get some quiet.
Everything is over. I have nothing more to lose. However, I must go on.
Okay, for a second there, I was expecting him to shoot himself.
I mean, Rogan doesn't appear in the next couple ones.
Goodbye, Curian.
Only G does.
Farewell, Sophie.
And then we need to suffer like him.
And then he dies.
Yep.
What a good game.
Yes.
It's a classic.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
I do like this backtracking.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
Just look at all these assets we made that you saw only briefly.
I always wonder, like, what did the other scientists think they were doing?
Getting paid?
Yeah, pretty much that.
Yeah, do you really care what you're doing as long as you're getting the big money?
I don't know. When I'm grafting a chainsaw onto the arms of a overall-wearing bald guy,
Look,
okay.
my life choices.
But that's fucking sweet as hell.
Yeah, look. Here's the deal, right? It's as if it's as the philosopher Peart once said, "Big money goes around the world."
Oh, I thought it was just because grafting a chainsaw onto someone is fucking sweet as hell.
That too, yes.
They have a nice ride.
Yep.
I'm not big on it.
Wait, where's the high rise?
There was no high rise.
Oh, was that just you were on the edge of a cliff?
Yeah, you need to enter in swears. Remember,
you're actually on the balcony.
Coward.
There.
Putting too many S's.
Oh. Okay.
Good old Indiana.
What
What a good game.
Kind of curious. Does it just go? That's a selection menu.
I'm glad I was at least in time for this.
Yep. All right.
Okay, let's put it at like the top for light gun games.
Well, okay. So let me sort this real quick, just so we can get more perspective.
Oh man, you need to mark Corpse Killer.
Yeah, no, don't do that now.
Do it while you're thinking of it, because you're gonna forget otherwise. I know you.
I mean, at least I sorted it this time.
I'm so proud of you, son.
I think that was actually the good ending.
Yeah, I think apparently there is a way you can, in like a very weird version, that you can get Sophie. Yeah, the difficulty is actually reasonable in this one. Okay, so if we're taking a look at like because we have Battle Clash right here.
Okay, so actually this ending was one of the alternative endings. You don't see Sophie. In the best ending, you see Sophie, who leaves the mansion with you three, and there's another ending where she actually a zombie.
Aw.
Okay, so I would rather play Battle Clash.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. I think that is otherwise.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's a good spot for it.
Because Battle Clash is just that good, and goddamn, one day we'll get to Metal Combat, and it'll be beautiful.
Yeah. And that came out in 1996. Sega Arcade.
Rail shooter.
Gun. Spooky.
Spooky.
Balanced. Alright. What's our like slash dislike slash love?
I mean, you know the charms there.
Yeah, like the soundtrack.
Music's great.
Yep. Come on. Charm. Music. I'm gonna say gameplay.
Yeah.
No, it's
I was confusing this with House of the Dead 2, which is like cheap and long.
And House of the Dead 2 does retread a number of beats from House of the Dead 1.
Yes.
Right, but not as good.
Let's see. Let's see. Do you think probably put cheese?
Yeah, cheese. All of it's cheese.
All right. I think that's probably good for that.
Yeah.
That's the House of the Dead. It's a really good game. Still a really good game. And it's getting remade.
Yeah.
For some reason.
1 and 2, I think, are both getting remade, yeah.
Yep, the good ones. Which I shouldn't really say because I have not played any of the other ones, so... Yep, there's that. Alright, so... Yeah, that is that. Let me sort one last time just to finalize that.
Oh, and just a slight aside, George Romero himself, back in 2013, came out and said that games such as Resident Evil and House of the Dead helped popularize the zombie concept for the 21st century in terms of popular culture. So,
all right. So yes, that is it for today. So, going tomorrow. Well, thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can follow my YouTube by going to youtube.ldp.life. I try and have these uploaded 24 hours after, so this should hopefully be up tomorrow morning. There's that. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can follow my Twitch channel at twitch.ldp.life or twitch.tv/HelloThePuzzlo. These episodes are recorded live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. If you wanted to keep up to date with me or the show, you can follow my personal Twitter at LoadThePuzzlo or the show's Twitter at Hazeltown Story. If you want to do the same, you can also join the Discord channel by going to discord.ldp.life. When there's polls up, thank you for the follow. You can also take part in polls when they're up and other fun stuff. There's also a Patreon, which you can support at $2 or $5 tier. That goes towards hosting costs for various things, like the upcoming Project Media Delta. So yeah, that's what that's for. All right. Again, thank you all for watching. Tomorrow we are continuing our look from last night of Laplace's Demon. So yeah, that turned to be kind of an interesting game, but yeah. So hopefully we'll kind of finish our look of that tomorrow. So with that, I think Iggy's streaming, so I'm just gonna go to him. All right. Thank you all for watching.
Later.
Just remember, science is a tool of the devil to lead us astray from God's light.
And it's magnificent.
And it's fucking awesome.
Yes.
Gonna turn everybody into dinosaurs.